So Nick, you're not on WikiFeet.
I'm not. I've learned. I got the dogs out all day, but people ain't barking about
I was sure you would be.
We're talking about creepy stuff because we're watching the Toxic Avenger today.
I don't think it's creepy.
Yeah.
It's not creepy to like feet. It's not creepy to screen cap people's feet and then put it on a website. That is creepy.
A little.
That said, if people did it with you, I don't think you'd mind.
I really don't care.
Yeah.
I really don't.
So, I love the feet people, and I think that my feet rating should be higher.
You're on WikiFeet and Nick's not?
Yeah, of course.
That's crazy.
Yo, it was a bad
He's got his feet out all the time. He's begging for it. He's asking for it.
They got tan lines.
Look at the way he dresses.
They got tan lines and everything.
The bad blood of my ego is when I was hooking up with someone, and she was into feet. And she was like, can I do stuff with your feet? I said yes, and she was like, actually, I'm good. And then I was like,
I appreciate
Why you
this.
don't like my feet?
I don't think I'm a feet.
We're here to talk about Toxic Avenger.
We are.
Oh my God, is that what we're watching?
We are, and you know what? This whole conversation is very trauma coded. How have you guys What's your exposure to trauma films?
James Gunn.
James Gunn?
Not watching any of his trauma films.
Okay, so you just know of James Gunn and that he came from the trauma world. Yeah, we're doing this because the Peter Dinklage reboot that's been in development hell for what feels like 5 years now.
It was in development hell, then it was in production hell, and now it's just sort of been in hell.
Yeah, but it's coming out. It's going to exist, and I don't know if I'm gonna see it, but you know what? It will exist for people to consume.
Seems like it's gonna be bad.
Well...
Sorry, am I fucking something up by saying that?
No, not really, because...
We can only hope it's as good as Craven, which got delayed so many times.
Fingers crossed. But you say bad, but it's kind of that's kind of Troma's vibe, where it's bad, but
not fun bad.
It's hard to say. Without seeing it, I can't say.
Yeah.
Yes, Jesse.
What is Troma?
Troma is a film studio started by Lloyd Kaufman and Associates. Lloyd Kaufman is a filmmaker. Think if Mel Brooks really leaned into being a sleazeball in the best way.
Okay.
I say that as a compliment. I think Lloyd would take that as a compliment. And he just really liked making these really kind of mid-low budget movies, kind of schlocky, very sleazy.
They exist to get a rise out of people.
Yeah, grindhouse-inspired sort of vibe to them. Definitely not for everyone.
And I know you probably also don't know who John Waters is, but it's like if John Waters had less class.
Yes,
I think I know John.
That's actually a very good way.
Does he have a really thin mustache?
Yes, that's John Waters.
Yes, like if Pink Flamingo, but
less
really
respectable.
racist.
He said he was a character in a Chucky movie and he said a slur.
Yeah.
I always know people
but
from the wrong things. Is the running joke with me is someone's like Machete.
Is it just your life?
Yeah. Oh, my whole life, like Machete, and I'm like, oh, that's Rosa's dad from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
There was a whole school, particularly in the 60s and 70s, of filmmaking that was just using it to be just provocative.
Exploitation is what they would what that genre was.
But someone might call John Waters a provocateur.
Yes, because he was artsy with his.
He was more artsy about it.
Look at his mustache.
He got a Broadway musical.
Yeah.
Toxy doesn't get a Broadway musical.
Yes, it did.
A Broadway musical?
Okay, never mind. But
it's an off-Broadway musical.
It's an off-Broadway musical.
Let's not get that twisted.
It did get a cartoon show in the era where everything was got a cartoon show. And just as a little personal touch to this, I did vocally direct the video game that is based off that cartoon 30-some years later. I don't know, we're filming this way ahead of time, so I don't know if that game will be out by now, but you can check out the demo on Steam. Yeah. You might hear some familiar voices. Yeah, so Toxic Avenger, where it all started. I'm guessing you guys know next to nothing about it outside of the things that I
learned things about it because we were working on another Toxic Crusaders related project that didn't really happen.
So I learned speaking of development hell.
Yeah, we just realized this isn't really working, so we stopped. But
I've seen screenshots of it, and I hope it's not gross in the way Garbage Pail Kids are.
No, it's grosser.
It's
fun.
Gross in different ways. So you know what? Why not just show you?
Sure.
I don't think O'Clancy will take the money. Everyone says he's an honest cop.
Offensive or representation?
That is
it could be both.
Yeah,
little of both.
I think we can have our cake and eat it too. Queer people beating up a cop? I didn't know I'd get a little treat.
Now, unfortunately, they're beating up because he's not a corrupt cop.
Well.
So it's a fantasy.
You also don't know.
You probably...
What? Boss says If he doesn't want to cooperate, we should make love to
The
him.
representation is bad, actually. Never mind. We don't claim them.
You don't even understand how far some of this shit goes. But wait! Toxy's here to kill gay people!
Kill the gay people, Toxy.
All right, that is you who said that. Let's make that very clear.
It's July, okay?
Pride is over. Now it's time for Shame Month.
So, gentlemen, you have now watched The Toxic Avenger.
We have.
How you feeling?
It was great. I really liked it.
It's not for me.
I didn't imagine it would be, frankly. I thought Jesse, I figured Jesse, you'd probably get a lot out of this because it is one of those like schlocky, in-your-face sort of, oh my god kind of movies.
It really, yeah, it takes you, I would say, 10 minutes it took for me to get into it. But once I understand the vibe, I was like, oh, I'm in.
Yeah,
I get
you
it
understand the cult popularity of Toxy.
Yeah.
Until The Toxic Avenger, Lloyd Kaufman and crew of Troma, they were mostly just known for sex comedies, you know, like very exploitative sex comedies, which there's a lot of DNA in this, for sure.
Like a offbeat, not quite as good Kentucky Fried Movie sort of thing.
Basically, yeah.
You're going to have a lot of good things coming to you in the future. You're going to become a very important man.
So she's blind and like an oracle, like she reads futures. Oh my god.
Now she's reading his dick.
Oops. Sorry.
The story goes that he and a friend kind of came up with this little concept of doing a monster movie in a health club.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah,
that's fun.
That's where it starts anyway.
Yeah.
It drifts widely.
When I was editing like that project that didn't really get off the ground of like the Toxic Crusaders thing, I was looking into like we had an opening that was like talking about this what happened in the story of the original.
Yeah, kind of giving
Toxic
you the beat by beat. This is where Melvin came from.
And I wanted to find, so I went and like I found a much better copy than we had version of Toxic Avenger, and I also just went like looking on Internet Archive for like just stuff from Jersey and around that era. And what I found actually was something that I think probably inspired Lloyd Kaufman, which was a documentary that around like the early 80s about all the like waste and like all the pollution in Jersey.
That's definitely where the political messaging came from.
And it was one of those things like, I haven't seen anyone mention this, and I think I saw the file somewhere. But like I found this documentary that I assume he saw, and it might have inspired him to like make it a little bit about pollution in Jersey.
Ugh, movies need to stop being so political.
Because the mid to late 80s, there was a massive like stop polluting campaign going on, like give a hoot, don't pollute. Like, you know, this is predating Captain Planet. He has a lot of political messaging in this movie, which is like it varies a lot, frankly.
Yeah, it's just sort of like potpourri.
But yeah, it's just kind of sprinkled in there as flavor more than it is like kind of an in your. But they show you like Jersey has like toxic waste dumps, and they just drive toxic trucks through town that weird dweeby men can jump out of the window and land in. But it's not really like the point of the movie. The point is he just wanted to do a lot of fun special effects things and weird sex violence.
It really does seem like the kind of like well-meaning representation where in the 80s where like I'm friends with gay people, I'm friends with people of color. I want to put them in my movie. What can I make them do? And everyone sucks, so it feels like nothing's wrong, you know, like
it's got that sleazy energy about it, but you can tell that like there's no animosity behind the jokes.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like that. Yeah.
It's like it's got like a sleaze to it that like keeps it from like again like being like sort of in the John Waters category of like provocative, or you wouldn't call
there's a lot of
a provocateur.
Yeah, this is very grungy, very in your face about it. They drop slurs every which way they can,
and not really for any purpose. They just do it.
Just do it.
Yeah. But it's cartoony, you know, like you're right. You were saying that like it's very like Looney Tunesy and stuff. So I'm able to sit in that world and like I could watch things in a time capsule of like strangers with candy and like drawn together and stuff. Like I could watch stuff like that and laugh at it, even though I know I'm like, it's kind of like I'm treating myself like a little brother, where I'm watching a thing and I'm like, now don't tell mom about this. I know I'm letting you watch this because I'm the cool older brother, but this is bad. You know that, right? Cool. Okay, let's keep watching.
Yeah, we'll keep watching.
Yo, Leroy, you wanna walk this damn dog? Yeah, sure, friend.
He's spending so much. No!
Yep, and here's where you know they're villains.
No!
But it feels like there's 3 different movies in this movie sometimes, because the story goes like in 1975 is when he like was really talking about doing the horror movie in a health club kind of thing, and that is part of it, where Toxy is just kind of hunting down this group of bullies that also randomly just murder people for fun. But another part of it is just kind of non sequitur comedy beats of him just doing hero action, and then there's a lot of just random comedy scenes.
Yeah, like
it feels disjointed in that.
It's very slapstick in a not funny way.
Some of the beats, like you look at it, and while it's not laugh out loud funny, you're like, I see what they did there, and I appreciate the punchline.
Yeah, again, like you see, like we said this during the thing, like you see the Mel Brooks inspiration.
Oh, for sure.
It obviously very few things hit what Mel Brooks hit, but it's going for it.
Yeah.
Personally, I can't enjoy a lot of like older horror movies because the pacing is usually slower for me, but I realize I love this because the comedy is a little bit more at the forefront, and that entertains me in a way where, like, when things slow down, I'm more forgiving of it, if that makes sense.
Yes, that in this movie is so disjointed with its scenes. Like, it'll cut from a scene of Toxy hunting somebody down to a scene of 2 of the villain characters hanging out in a sauna, and then it'll cut to Toxy doing a bunch of slice of life stuff where now he has a girlfriend and he's like trying to decorate his dump trailer.
Yeah. If you ever get an establishing shot, that's a rare little treat.
Very rare.
A little treat.
Like
it's very fun to those scenes. You're right, of the little slice of life things. It is very like we're going back and forth, three different movies in one movie. But I think that's why those scenes hit so well for me, is because it is so outrageous to have all of this violence, and then all of a sudden he's like hanging out with his girlfriend and having little like adventures and decorating and stuff.
Yeah, it's also what gives it its charm. Like
it is very unique.
Yeah, you could have just made the monster movie of him hunting down these people and taking out his tormentors one by one, and it probably would have been okay, but it wouldn't have left as much of an impact as I feel like the rest of this movie did, just because it's so crazy and disjointed, almost like schizophrenic to a point where just the juxtaposition of some of the scenes that go side by side kind of leaves you scratching your head like, what just happened?
Yeah, I almost, because this is a, dark, I don't know if dark comedy is the right word to use for it, but I would assume,
provocative comedy.
Stay away!
Toxy, why are we harassing the little people? And he can teleport. Another one of his powers.
I need to tell you about September 11th.
Only you can stop it.
No!
Why are we doing this?
No! I didn't like the beat at first, but now that I had time to absorb it, I'm like, this is better. Where Toxy just murders someone for no reason, then he's like, I'm fucked up, Sarah, we gotta go. I actually kind of love that, because I think you're right. It feels too easy to just have him be like, I'm a good guy now, and I'm just gonna save everything.
With his big velvety voice.
Yeah.
I wish we could go somewhere.
Yeah, some faraway place where there are no people, where I can't kill anybody.
It was their idea of inserting some sort of like dilemma.
Yeah. And it's understandable. Like, I get it.
or it could just be a case of, we shot this scene, how do we fit it in here?
There's that too.
Let's give him a crisis of character now.
Yeah, I don't know how it got there, but I love it because we were talking about how, like, it's a fucked up city. So, like, yeah, that makes sense. If you are living here, you're gonna have some toxic stuff in you that, like, there's new chemicals in his body. He's a little fucked up. He might just start murdering people and not be able to control himself.
But then they reveal in the next scene, actually, she was secretly evil.
Yeah, she had a rap sheet a mile long.
And they don't clarify whether or not he just got lucky and who got killed, or if he has some like weird sixth sense about who's evil and who deserves to die.
9/11. He's got something in him.
As the Toxyverse grew, it is heavily implied that he has a sixth sense for evil people, like Bruce Willis in Unbreakable. He just knows that they're evil. It's why he keeps screaming at the Twin Towers.
Yes.
He's roaring at the Twin Towers. He knows it's coming.
He knows.
He knows it's gonna happen.
What is it, boy?
I hate stockbrokers.
Oh, he just hates Wall Street.
He knew, and he couldn't stop it.
He couldn't stop it. That's why the guy was spiking the camera.
Yeah, the mayor that couldn't not look at the lens.
Who was a charismatic performer, but yeah, he just
Really
kept
good.
spiking the camera. But further on in the movie they went, he didn't do it, which I think is like one of those things. Like, oh, I wonder if they actually tried to shoot as much in chronological order as possible, because
Right.
some people who weren't like educated on like how the industry makes movies would just shoot things in order, because like obviously you shoot things in order, right?
Yeah, we got to go down the script, but yeah, which maybe is why this movie feels as disjointed as it is. I don't know what hit the cutting room floor in this movie, but it's gotta be crazy. I wonder what the initial cut of this movie looked like.
Honestly, I imagine not much hit the cutting room floor. I think they used
It's
as
very
much as possible.
Yeah, but like how and in what order was really the question. It's like, we got a puzzle to put together here, gang.
I want to see the scraps, the crusts that were cut off the
I imagine it was
sandwich.
probably just a lot of like reaction shots.
There were so many reaction shots. Like they shot a lot of fill in the action scenes just so we could get from one beat to another.
And I think it's one of those like low budget. Okay, so we're just gonna get as much coverage of people reacting to things as possible in case we fucked up and the edit doesn't work.
Yeah, back in the day, it's great to have a lot of coverage stuff because, like, what if things change? What if?
Well, what if some footage is just wrong?
Yeah,
because it's film.
And fix it and post didn't really exist at the time.
Yeah.
Not really. No.
Nah, I mean, it still barely exists now, but there's a lot more you can do to massage with today's equipment.
Want to come move in with me in the dump?
Oh, you got a picture of the dog.
You're just gonna have to believe me.
Yeah, trust me. It's a picture of your dog.
This is so nice, actually. Wow, this is nice. Honestly, this was the best thing for Toxy.
You're just relating to him now?
Yeah, no,
like, you need to go live on your own for a while.
Yeah, no, he's bettering his life.
Just go live in a trailer in the dump.
Go move to Philly.
Yes, that's why I moved to Philly. I was
Philly.
like, I gotta get out of here. All the best
You're
parts.
just projecting onto this movie.
All the best parts of
I'm
the
the
world.
monster man who kind of got a little sexier by his body changing.
My chemicals going in my body.
Either way, like this movie, it follows Melvin Junko, who becomes the Toxic Avenger, a hideously deformed creature of superhuman size and strength, as it would come to be titled. And if you think this is crazy, the franchise goes in insane directions. Well, the second movie was basically like, I watched through all of the movies because of the video game and the other projects that we were talking about, and the second movie literally just feels like Lloyd Kaufman wanted an excuse to take a Japanese vacation, because it's just a lot of Toxy walking around Japan.
That was a lot of movies at the time.
Yeah,
it's like let's location.
It's most Adam Sandler movies. Just, I want to go to this island.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take all my friends, and we're going to spend a couple $1 million and write it off in taxes.
And then sometimes I'll make Happy Gilmore too, so that we can fund more of the
and then I can do my little artsy things every now and again.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's I love that for him.
Yeah,
like,
that's great. That's what I'd be doing.
You can make that shit work. Do it.
Yeah,
he probably
would
keeps
love that.
good people employed.
Absolutely. But yeah, so in
Yeah.
the second one, he goes to Japan to look for his dad. Turns out his dad was in America the whole time. Funny. And in the third movie, he fights Satan.
This has gone on long enough, devil! I think it's about time that somebody put the fear of God in you!
Be reasonable. Think of what you're giving up, Melvin.
That's Mr. Melvin to you!
I might watch those movies. These sound incredible. Like, just the concept of
They are insane. And the fourth movie introduces a multiverse. The fourth movie comes out, was made, I think, in the late 90s or early 2000s, well after the other movies. The production value, way higher, way higher. And James Gunn actually shows up in that one as in sort of like a cameo capacity, because he was working with Troma.
He hadn't made Critters? Is that what?
Slither.
Slither, not Critters. Yeah, Critters.
Slithery Critters.
Yeah, Slither was his big breakout one.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, the fourth one is crazy, but it's also funny enough, the one that makes you feel the dirtiest. It uses sexual assault as a punchline a lot. A lot.
That's
Is that
not fun.
That the fourth one?
The fourth one.
So I can prepare myself mentally. You're like,
prepare
"All
yourself
right."
mentally. Like, if you go into it knowing what's coming out of it, but it's like a womp womp kind of a deal when how they treat it, which
Puss in Boots.
kind of it's not over easy.
Children's film.
But yeah, that's something you got to be prepared for that, and that's just kind of the energy of Troma in a lot of ways, where they want you to feel a little uncomfortable about their
They
jokes,
like offending
the
you.
edgy jokes,
Yeah.
the early 2000s edgy shock culture joke.
Yeah,
you know?
but yeah, like you were just saying, like you weren't even feeling attacked by it, partially just because the energy is not even hateful. It's just a teenage kid who just is like, this is what comedy is, right?
Yeah, no, because we've all
like us when we were kids.
Exactly.
It's like we're like, this is comedy, and we learn like, oh no, that's actually
for sure
just lazy.
But no, because that's why you have to start making stuff, is because the times and the comedy changes as you go, and so you can learn and get better. But I totally some people don't. But it's totally understandable for 10 years ago, we can't watch any of our own. I can't watch any of my own shit because I'm like, that was a weird thing that I joked about, And so I could watch this in a vacuum.
Yeah.
And be like, no, I get it. That was what it was at the time. I get it. You know? I could just watch
and again,
really raunchy comedy.
And again, it's kind of like the spirit of it too. It doesn't for some reason. The Toxic Avenger has aged better than movies like contemporary 80s movies like Porky's or Revenge of the Nerds, where you go back and you look at those and it's like, oh, that's creepy. That's yucky.
Or even non-comedies like Serpico, where you're like, you watch Serpico and you're like, oh, this is a fascist movie.
Because it does seem like it's like, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but do you mean, I'm relating it to like, they're not punching down, they're punching up. Like the heroes aren't the ones here.
More like they're just punching. They're just swinging.
They're just swinging every which way. But
okay. Well, I'm saying in this movie, Toxy doesn't sexually assault anyone, but we had people trying to sexual assault.
In Revenge of the Nerds, how like at the end when it's like that dude tricked a girl into having sex with him by wearing a mask, and it's like, the good guy won.
Right.
Like,
yeah. So you're right. This does it better than Revenge of the Nerds.
Yeah. For sure. So it's just kind of crazy how it did age better in some ways while trying to be offensive.
Yeah.
Hey, what are you doing, Blondie?
Waiting for my boyfriend.
It was a time.
How many times they gotta sexually harass this one actress?
Yeah. It was a thing where they were just like, blind people are
objects.
Yeah, but also stupid. They're like, she's just wandering into things.
No, the stupid part is just because she's blonde.
What's up, guys?
Hey, guys.
Well, my thing, like, with some stuff is just like, it's less like, oh, that's so offensive, that's so improper. My thing is just like, I'm not having fun when this is happening. Yeah. It's like, oh, guys like getting ready to like sexually assault a blind woman. I'm like, I'm not having fun with that.
That's a good way of
that
absorbing
makes me
it.
not have fun.
Yeah. No, that's a good way of saying it. Is like, I'm not having fun.
Yeah.
We get that these guys are bad guys. They don't need to do that part.
Yeah. Or even just like the implication is plenty for me. Now, again, I have more of a modern sense of nuance and
but they don't go full like I spit on your grave, last house on the left, where they actually do the whole scene.
Yeah. If it were that, I'd probably be mad.
Yes.
I'd be in an actively bad mood.
There's a reason no one's done that again, because everyone skips through it because it's a 7-minute really bad scene.
Yeah.
Too long.
Not fun.
Too long.
This never gets like that.
Yeah. It's the point of the scene, but it's also like, but I don't want to.
I don't need it.
Yeah.
I'm not having fun.
Yeah.
Nobody's having fun.
Yeah.
If you're having fun, probably talk to somebody, a professional.
But yeah, I think my problem, let's say, with the movie, where it's not for me at all, is just like, I just don't find like all the like gore effects and stuff that interesting. Mm-hmm. So when like violence is just sort of happening for a while, I check out and get bored.
Yeah, I would glance over at you while we were watching, like during most of those action scenes, you're just like,
yeah, I just started going away a bit.
I'm gonna look up the budget of the movie.
I get really bored during this. I was like, this isn't engaging to me.
Yeah, it did feel like they were padding for time for some of them. They did probably overdo it on a couple of the Toxy action scenes, just because they needed more, I guess. I don't know.
I think they're trying to get their money's worth.
And special effects are like super interesting to me in a horror sense, but I think all of us are on a different spectrum of like how much we're interested in that. Like you're on the end where you're like, I kind of like, it's cool, but I don't really want to watch this right now. You know, I'm in the middle where I'm like, oh, this is cool. If it gets too intense, I kind of don't want to look at it, but I'm interested. And then Nick's here like, show me everything.
Yeah.
Show me everything.
The movie was actually really impressive during the transformation scene, like the use of latex and various fluids and makeups to kind of like show his body kind of like pulsing and undulating as he became the Toxic Avenger.
That scene was also a little too long for me, just because like once I like work out, I spend a moment being like, okay, how did they do this? Probably like this. All right, I'm bored. Like that's my mental thing going on.
Because your brain also, like you're with filmmaking, your brain works way faster than the movie can progress. So you've already figured out a lot of stuff. You know what I mean?
Well, and also, like they're spending like it's that 2001: A Space Odyssey thing, which I don't know if that means much to you.
Space.
But like 2001: A Space Odyssey, for people who aren't film people, is like one of those seminal Stanley Kubrick like sci-fi films, and there's just long periods of time where you're just sort of watching a special effect that was impressive at the time just exist for like minutes on end. And for a while, that was great for audiences. I don't care.
That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah. This is it's definitely a situation where this movie is less than 90 minutes long, but it feels like it's about 2 hours just because of like some of those things do kind of linger. Some of the scenes do feel kind of pointless and like ambling almost.
But also it's so bare bones.
Yeah.
So
yeah, the plot is very clear. Man was bullied, man became monster, man attacks bullies, and then takes down the system. Power to the people.
Yeah, like even though it's not for me, I see what the appeal of it is to someone who would enjoy this kind of movie. I'm generally not just a fan of like shot on shitio, like the kind of like this isn't. But
this is not. Yeah, shot on shitio is like camcorder.
It's like the progenitor of like a shot on shitio sort of
low budget.
Yeah. Or like there are people who enjoy those movies, and I could never sit through. This is on the end of I can still sit through it and not like be miserable. Most of them would make me miserable.
Yeah, this is on that border, like just kind of on the other. Yeah,
it's like just fine enough.
Feel to hit a kid on a bike. Feels good.
I got problems. I'm a stressed person.
I'm a stressed person. I got stress. I got anxiety.
I know what it's like to have anxiety.
You cannot blame your anxieties for how you treat people. That's manipulative behavior.
We have responsibility for our own actions. Your neurodivergence can explain things, but it isn't an excuse.
That one's on you, Toxy.
Yeah, I would say that the remainder of the series does go in directions where they each still kind of have their bizarre. Well, like I think the third one is probably the most interesting, just because while it probably has like the lowest budget of all of them, it's definitely got the most what the hell is happening energy. Like literally, the enemy in that one is Satan. Like he fights a cult, and that's and they drive a bus into a quarry. That was the big action shot in this one. Whereas in this one, it was like a 3-car pileup and then driving a car off a cliff. And then they rented like 2 tanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do love movies where like each small synopsis of the movie gets crazier and crazier, like Bill and Ted and stuff like that, where you're like, what happens in that movie? What do you mean?
It's kind of interesting that like if we compare like this is like your kind of bad movie.
It's in that like, territory, yeah.
Where it's like not trying to be great. It's just trying to be like schlocky like entertainment.
Yeah.
And like when we watched like my kind of bad movie with Book of Henry, you were like, I'm really checked out of this one.
This is so fucking dry.
Yeah. And I'm just like, this movie, I'm just fascinated by its existence. It's awful. It's trying to be really good.
Yeah, that's the thing I really appreciate about movies in general is just looking past the film itself and seeing what went into making it. Because you can tell everybody in this movie was having fun on set. It gave that energy. I don't know anything about Lloyd Kaufman as like a director on set or anything, but I get the vibe that it's a very fun set to work on. Like that's just kind of the energy that this movie gave. Like there were a lot of like all of the extras there. It felt very cozy. Like everybody who worked on this movie was kind of part of a family, you know?
Yeah.
Like that's the vibe.
Yeah, no, like, because, like, even, like, if I was an actor in the 80s and, like, he was my friend, we were shooting this, it'd be very fun to play a weird stereotype queer person. You know, I'm like, it's all for fun. Like, obviously, this isn't real. You know, like, obviously, all queer people aren't sexual predators, but it's fun to play, like,
but they are all monster fuckers. Like,
yeah, that was the most accurate.
I hear the monster is so big. Well, I bet he's got his eye on me.
Monster fuckers, yes!
That's good representation.
That's the best representation in this movie, though. You are correct.
Monster fucker gay guys.
Yeah.
And modern versions of this kind of movie don't really exist, but I feel like if they do, the closest thing I could think of to it existing is actually Dix the Musical.
Yeah. From the things
I don't know if you've
I'm unfamiliar.
You might like it. I don't know. It's definitely trying to be Troma inspired in like its content and like its like we're kind of just being provocative for the sake of being provocative, and that's kind of the fun. But also, we're treating it like this big musical.
I wouldn't be surprised if those two writers liked Toxy. You know,
I'd be shocked if they didn't.
Yeah.
Or if they didn't at least like these kinds of movies.
Mm-hmm. I could definitely see influences, especially with like the sewer people.
Yes.
They go a little crazy with it. It's a anything we say about it, be like, is that 8 different movies? It's the same one. They just use a lot of interesting things in it.
And for me, that gets a very one note eventually. But for other people, they just like that. They just like the vibe of like we're just being degenerates for fun.
Yeah.
Like I'm not using it in like the way where I actually mean, but you know what I mean. Like where it's like
Stephan hates gay people.
We're embracing like that sort of label to say fuck you
kind of vibe.
Yeah, and like that's the only like modern thing I can think of that I've seen that fits that sort of genre.
Yeah, it's mostly in the indie space for sure. Like they don't give wide theatrical releases to.
That's the wild thing. Dickens the Musical got a theatrical release.
Yeah,
it stars Nathan Lane.
I'm shocked I've never heard of this then.
Yeah, and what's her name? It's terrible.
Megan Mullally.
Yes.
Okay.
I was gonna do a terrible.
I know what you were gonna do.
I was gonna say Nick Offerman's wife.
Yep.
Who's that blonde?
But I knew Megan Mullally before I knew Nick Offerman.
Me too, actually. Will and Grace.
Feminism.
didn't.
You did. You knew her face. And
I knew her face for sure, but it's not a name that I had committed to memory. I'm also really bad with faces and names, so.
Bowen Yang is in there also.
Oh yeah, and Bowen Yang. There's a few people. There's a few like famous comedians and or.
Megan Thee Stallion is in it. Why is that that's not the first thing I thought of?
I didn't.
Megan Thee Stallion.
I didn't remember that.
She's the Stallion.
Toxy got a musical.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
I should look that up.
It's up there with like Evil Dead the musical, like which is funny because like the movie
is right here compared to.
But it was fun to see, regardless. Just...
Is that one of your like if you had like your pick of like musicals that you could star in is Evil
I would
Dead
love to
absolutely
play Ash in that. Like the music's not great, but the songs are fun to sing.
What about Toxy musical?
I don't know enough about it. It's one of my blind spots. I know it exists. I've heard some of the songs, but I have not seen the show itself.
I think it's just really tone deaf of you to.
I'm a fake
use the
fan.
term blind spots.
Ooh, you're right. That's very offensive to Sarah.
Because what's her name?
Because they had Sarah. Her name is Sarah.
Who is that broad?
Her name was Sarah.
Toxy's girlfriend.
And it would be changed like 3 times in the rest of the movies.
And also different woman in the cartoon.
In the cartoon, she's Yvonne. Yes.
And their version of it was, I lose my glasses sometimes, and sometimes I don't have glasses, and that's kind of like being blind.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, she had that Betty Boop, like that Kath Soucie Betty Boop voice, pretty
Mr.
much.
J.
Kinda, sorta. Little bit of that Joyzy accent in there.
9/11's gonna happen. We gotta warn him, Toxy.
Gotta warn him, Toxy. You gotta stop it. Keep screaming, Toxy. They'll hear you.
We gotta revisit that project, and that's the plot.
That's the plot.
The whole plot. Yes.
Trying to stop 9/11.
Absolutely.
All right, it's been reworked. There we go.
There it is. We figured it out.
We found the hook.
This is rubber duck debunking, where we just needed to talk about it for a bit.
And the next time you're in danger or in need of help, look to the horizon and maybe, just maybe.
Oh no! Oh!
Save them, Toxy! Save them! Spoilers, Toxy could not stop 9/11.
No!
But what do you guys think about the Toxic Avenger? Do you think about the Toxic Avenger?
Probably not.
Have you considered the Toxic Avenger?
What musical would you have us do? And why is it Heather's and have me be JD and these two be Kurt and Ram? Because I think that'd be fun as fuck.
Are you looking forward to the Peter Dinklage version? Probably not. The trailer was bad.
It's in vibes with the rest of the Toxyverse.
I haven't seen the trailer and I don't plan to. I just want to go right in, just watch it. Just like with Sinners, where I didn't know it was one actor playing both people, and I spent the whole movie trying to figure out which one was Michael B. Jordan.